today's video I will be taking you along to discuss the costs of keeping chickens in a back garden in the UK. Hope you enjoy.
This is Kirsty. I'm Dean. Welcome to Hearts Humble's Homestead.
Cost to build. We repurposed this old, was a gazebo that we had our hot tub in, but we weren't using the hot tub. It just got left, didn't like the chemicals we were putting in, so that got took down. We then used some old fence panels and some old wood to repurpose and make it into an enclosed chicken run for when they are not outside. So during the spring and summer and autumn, they are outside for most of the day. During now, where it's a flock down near us, so it's bird flu in the area, so they need to remain indoors. So they've got a covered top. The roof was leaking slightly because it wasn't ever meant to be waterproof, so we've just got a tarp that we paid £15 for, and that's just over the top and clipped on. And the mesh was about £60 a roll, and then it's got smaller mesh at the bottom to help prevent rodents getting in. The shed that they're in is a metal shed that we got as a return from an eBay seller. We've had a few sheds of them and they've always been amazing. Cost £140, and it's amazing because it's low enough so they can go on top, so it gives them more floor space, and it's big enough to put the food and water inside and their perches to keep them dry. On the top we've put just an old bit of artificial grass that we got out of Escape that someone gave us, and in the bottom there is just straw. We use the deep litter method, so in the winter we just top up with sawdust and then we just get it all out once they're allowed back out. Size wise, the size needed, I will put it on the screen, but please overestimate. Chicken math is real. We started with 5. We thought, oh, that's a perfect number, that is ideal for us, and sell the odd box. But then when my dad needed a new cockerel and I went with him to pick him up, we got 3 more hens, and we are getting our own cockerel rooster very soon. As you can see, their run is quite muddy. There's Maisie Moo. They are not scared of her at all. So I'll put the breeds on. So this white one here, I'll put the breed on. I can never remember. I have to look it up. She lays the blue eggs. These 2 are Hansel and Gretel. They lay the darker ones. And then we've got 4 hybrids. So these 4. And then we've got Gertrude. Where are you? Oh, she is having a dust bath. How I like Sussex. I don't know if it'll focus. No, it's not focusing. She is over there. There she is. It's focusing on the mesh. But she's there having a dust bath. So as you can see, it's quite muddy because we did have a lot of rainfall overnight. What we'll do is just put a load of sawdust in where the dust has been removed because it is bad for their respiratory system. Feed wise, we pay £11 a bag. About it lasts just over a month. We pay $3.50 for a bag of wheat that we also sprout, so I'll show you that in a minute. And then the mealworms, but we've also started the mealworm farm. Costs about £12 for 5 boxes, but we're doing our own farm to hopefully make that cost lower. So I'll put a link to that video there. Just a warning, if you want your chickens to free range during the day, so they don't need a big of an enclosure then, but they do need one for flock down, so keep that in mind. So we let ours out first thing on a morning till after lunchtime when flock down allows. But they will destroy anything in your garden. As you can see, this is one of my bamboo. They have dug in it, they've put their weight on it, they've destroyed all that, but I'm going to use this and make some mini teepees so it's not going to get wasted. There's mud everywhere. So with that bamboo, they've dug everything out. They've dug out my fairy garden. This one is still clinging on. So I've got an outdoor house for them here. And anything in the beds they will just rip out. This was a Christmas tree that they've just stripped and destroyed. But it's just a warning. If you do have them in your back garden, They will destroy everything in sight, but they are very, very worth it. Expanding the flock. So as I mentioned, we are adding a cockerel boost / rooster to our flock so we can breed our own. So our hybrids and our light Sussex, we hatched or got them from our local chicken providers, which is Durham hens, and we got them really young. You can also get them at point of lay, so they're about 18 to 22 weeks old, so that's when they're ready to lay. We haven't done that. We got that ours from chicks or hatching, but the other three that we added, Hansel, Gretel and Shakira, we got when they were about 30 weeks old, and they were quite timid at first. It took a while for them to get used to us because they were in a much larger flock. If you are bringing in, when you've got hens and you're bringing in more, please isolate them for a few weeks. You don't want any diseases being brought to your current flock. So expansion wise, we are thinking we're going to come out here. So I've got my temporary greenhouse here, and we've got this space here. So I store sawdust and straw, etc. in that. In there I've got spray for scaly legs, things like that, chili flakes to help with rodents and help worm them. We've just got bits like that, but they can be moved, that's fine. That's a compost bin with all the manure in, so that'll be getting emptied, ready for the start of spring when we give them a good clean out, and that'll be going in the beds out in the front garden, which we'll be doing a big video on at some point. So we're going to expand it out here. We don't think we're going to go full height. We think we're going to go to about here and bring it out, but with a liftable top, because like I said, they are out most of the year. It's just in the winter, but with us getting an extra one, we do need to expand ideally. And the size of the cockerel rooster we're getting, we've named him Turkey, is that big. We know he won't be able to get on that big back bit. He's not a climber, he just likes wandering about. So we just want to make sure he's got plenty of floor space to keep going, and we'll keep you updated with how much the extensions cost, because we did this not last winter, the year before, and the price of everything has gone up. For this mesh we paid £60 a roll for, and this other mesh at the bottom, hello sweetheart, that was about £25 a roll, so I'm not sure if that's went up. They've been fed, they're just all wanting to be out.
Morning, ladies. Come on then. Come on in. In. Can't get food out there. Come on, put these on. Yes, no. Come on. There you go. There you go. Oh, a blue one.
Yay! Well done, Shakira. Let's grab your water. Rodents. A big worry of chicken keepers in garden environments or yard environments are rodents. Yes, we have had them. Yes, they're now mainly under control, mostly because we have got a grandpa feeder, so it's a metal feeder. I'll put a picture up where the chickens need to step on them, and rats, unless they're the huge ones, can't really get them. We also get into them. We also put chili flakes in the food because rats don't like strong scents, and we also plant mint around, but the chickens do eat that because they also don't like that scent. The smallest mesh possible is on their enclosure, so we feed them on a morning, and then when we're putting them in, we give them a handful of feed when they've been out and they're going back in, so make sure that there's as little as possible left overnight. We've also got 2 cats and Maisie Moo. Maisie. So we don't tend to get them. We've got our young cat. Our old cat doesn't do anything, but we've got our young cat who likes patrolling, but she hasn't actually caught anything, but her scent keeps them away. Are they frightening you? Made me jump then. They always peck her nose. We don't put any poison down or traps because we do have the animals. Until recently, you didn't have to register if you had less than 50 birds. Now the laws apply that you need to register if you have at least one bird.
For anyone who struggles with any gut issues and can't eat eggs, get your own chickens. I suffer with IBS, could never eat eggs, triggered me all the time. Got these girls, scrambled eggs, fried eggs, anything. Beautiful, not an issue. Highly recommend.
Selling eggs. So we do sell 4 boxes a week to cover the girls' costs. And if you've got less than 50 birds, you can sell at your front gate without any issues. What you do need to put on is a best before date. So I just print these out on my Neembot label printer, and they need to have a date within 28 days of being laid. I also put the price on my egg boxes, it just makes it easier. What I also add is that we won for eggs in the show last year, and we are very proud of that, so I pop that on as well. Absolutely not essential, but it is a bonus that we won, so I do add that as well. I'll get another label in a second, but I'll just show you like that. And what you also need to add, so you can either do it as a sticker that you make yourself, or I got these in a bulk auction, so I paid a penny for them. But just some tips about storing the eggs, about being refrigerated, about not washing until ready to use to take care of the so it doesn't remove the protective bloom. And that is basically it. So what I do, got this, and it just makes it easier. So that's was laid first, and then it just goes round. And what I do, I give the customers the cleanest unwashed eggs we have. I don't give them our blue eggs. We've only got one hen that lays blue, and that is just our little perk of having our girls. So we don't sell them ones. She doesn't lay that often, so it wouldn't be valuable money wise. But we do try and give a nice selection because we do have 4 breeds with our 8 girls. So these are Hansel and Gretel's eggs. The lightest ones are our light Sussex. And then we've got our regular hybrids that lay most days. Well, that one's a bit dirty, I'm not putting that one in. I'm quite selective of what eggs I put out because I want the customers to come back, and I do have some regulars. It looks like our hybrids aren't laying as well as Hansel and Gretel are, so these ones, I'll have them. There we go. So also on eggs, we don't put if they're free range, even if they are, because that is a commercial label. So I'm just popping that on like that. I can put something like Happy Hens or something like that. I will put the guidance below. I just have these stickers because it looks pretty, but you don't have to obviously have these. I'll also link the Bluetooth printer I use because it doesn't use ink, and they're always on a deal. I'm not affiliated or anything, just in case you want to get them yourself. So like I said, the more you spend on the boxes and everything, you can also use reused egg boxes. The more it cuts in to the money you make to go back to your flock. So that is 2 lovely boxes of eggs. I sell these for £3 well, £1.50 a box, so £3 for these two. And we sell 4 boxes a week, so that is £6, £26, but the £24 every 28 days, that basically covers their feed and their grains that we sprout. They are shouting me, they have been fed. Sprouting wheat. So I did mention on my other video when I was showing you the things that we had growing, that English Country Life have done a very in-depth video of this, but I had a few comments asking me to show you that, so I'm going to do that now. So this is the wheat that we get from the farmer. It's about £3.50 a bag. It's available online, a bit more expensive, or you can get them in the pet shop. It's just wheat. So I get about a cupful, pop it in. These are just sprouting trays. You can also do it just by pouring it through. It does make it a bit more messy, a bit more awkward. And then we're just going to cover that in water and leave overnight. Just pre-soaks them. And then the following day, so these come with a tray. So they just come in a white tray and you just pop it through and it's already got the holes in. And you just rinse them off, pop it through there. So this is about 3 days worth of growth. So I start one every couple of days. So I'll put that one back. And as you can see, they're the other ones we had. So that's about a week or so old. That's just under, and that is just under. So what we do, we just sow these every few days, and it's about 4 to 5 times the amount of wheat, and it's great for them while they are stuck in over the winter and when there's not many things growing, and the guinea pigs love it too.